Alright, welcome everybody back to the channel. We are back at Mooresville Trackway for the 704 Outlaws. Mr. Robbie's going to jump in that class. We've got Willie Nelson over there. You see him on the other side of that red truck over there, right there somewhere. Get my directions right here in a minute. Anyway, and he's going to run the modern. And also behind me right there is a stick shift Camaro we've not seen in a while. And if all goes well with the Camaro right there, we'll try to catch up with those guys. I know they're over there working on it right now, so don't want to bother them. I know they do want to get some test passes in. I think they've got a couple races coming up that they're getting ready for, so hopefully the rest of the guys here can go some rounds and stay with us. And next on YouTube, we've got these two paired up in the lanes.
Easy on us.
No, easy on us. Guys are getting lined up, paired up, first round of the Outlaws. Yes, we've got Mustang on Mustang right here. You guys go check his channel out right here.
660 Racing and Organized Chaos.
There you go. Go check him channels out right there and subscribe to them also. Got it. All right, the guys from modern class are getting test passes in right now. First round of modern. Check on him right here.
Well,
are you good?
Yeah, I'm good. Just you know what happens. You go out there and race, stuff happens. It broke an axle. I felt it as soon as it snapped. That's why I got up out there and tried to save it.
Main thing is, yeah, you're okay. That's the.
Yeah, get it fixed. Go back to racing.
So, I know a guy.
man.
So we're gonna get you pulled out right here, and we'll see if we can see what kind of damage you got going
I
on.
think the wheel broke off.
We're gonna jack the back of the car up and swing the back in this way and put it on a dolly and get it back that way. And I'll
All right, guys, he's all right. He's good. We'll check everything out right here and see what we can see. This officially become a no prep car. We'll just take front end off.
If we put our cars together, we might make a complete car now.
Yeah, what a luck. I start hanging out with this guy, you see what happens.
All right, anyway, the axle basically broke, and that's why the wheel is kind of hanging, leaning. I mean, it sheared it plumb off up underneath there. So all's well. A little oil on the tracks. Clean that up. Okay, Mooresville 704 Outlaws. First test pass. Got a little ways out, wheelied.
Ain't had that problem in a while.
What do you think the cause was?
I don't know. I'm not really sure. Think maybe this track was a little bit better than normal.
I think maybe part of the idea was the week before we went to Elk Creek, and we was talking about the DA was 4,500. The DA down there that night was 1,500. You kind of had the same tune-up. Really didn't touch a whole lot.
No, it was kind of close, same to what run it more
Was it
normally.
Well, okay. Well, I know you had to put more. It seemed like you had to put more in it at Elk Creek, but
Yeah, it had a lot more in it.
but either way,
But I think we found another issue that trying to get resolved, so we'll see if that works out or not. So, but I think that the car's not really slowed down. It's just taking a little more to go the same, which I don't think it should on similar weather. But yeah, I don't know why it wheelie. That was just weird.
it was. I mean, hey, everybody liked it, but I know the DA, like I said, the DA was in your favor that night too. So, but there we go. So with the wheelie issue, what do you think? One thing you might do?
Well, I haven't ever actually measured for anti-squat and stuff on this thing. I just put the bars to separate as much as possible, and I always struggle with a slick on it. So I think to try to take it away from the wheelies, we're just going to move the bars to take a lot of anti-squat out of it and put a slick back on it, and probably focus on trying to go a little bit slower than we have been, because it's just, you know, I've not been really trying to push myself to run small tire stuff, but there's a lot of changes I got to make to compete with the small tire stuff, and don't really have the time, or I wouldn't say motivation to do it right now, because just having fun racing it the way it is, and I want to change things in the transmission, the converter, and the doors, and you change one thing, you got to change something else. So,
But you did show that you could take the car that you had, and you went a long ways with it so far.
yeah, I mean, I don't want to stray away from what the car is set up for. I've been chasing a lot of the prep stuff, and you know, trying to go really fast 60 foot. So I think I'm going to try to scale it back, just try to start hitting more no prep stuff again, and focus on what I enjoy doing more. You know, I mean, obviously the no prep's getting fast, but I know people are gonna hate on me, probably call me puppy kicker, but probably jump back in True Street. You know, get in
True Street, Extreme Street.
Yeah, True Street, Extreme Street. So just put them on notice, especially Hood Rat.
Oh,
So we'll see.
okay. Hood Rat's on notice. That's pretty good. Round one. Same problem.
Yeah.
Wheel it again.
Turned it down, pulled some timing out, tried to keep it down, and did my thing on the tree, 60 foot out on him. And then just had to set it down because it was going towards the guardrail. And then at that point, I just couldn't make it up. I mean, felt like I was pulling back, but just ran out of room. So.
I know it's pretty, I got to see their video where they had a GoPro inside his car, That's pretty.
You can
Pretty
see my
interesting to
cars go
see.
out, and then
Just start wheeling right beside him.
their car's fast, so I mean, I had to do what I had to do on the tree, and I think they have issues sometimes at Mooresville with the tires. I think in their video they were having issues with the track, possibly they said. But for me, my car's set up. It's got a lot of weight on the rear, so if the track's bad, it's in my favor in a way. But I think
That's a pretty good win for them.
yeah,
I
I
know.
earned it. That's for sure.
I know they've really worked hard with their car too. So, but either way. And I know Troy and Alan kind of had some issues with the Camaro there, so I think they know what it is. So I would love to see them make some patches, but unfortunate incident with Brandon, William, Kevin,
Yeah, it
close
was
call.
bad timing on both things.
Very
The
bad.
best of the worst timing. 'Cause
Yeah,
Brandon got out on him, wheelied, come down, smashed the oil pan, rolled the track down, and Kevin's axle completely exited the chat. And then I think he would have probably gotten stopped had Brandon not wheelied and had oil put down. But that's just racing, it happens, accidents.
and I think after that,
It was
we
just-
decided they couldn't race each other anymore.
Yeah.
That's the second time.
I was going to try to make more test passes, but given the issue that I think we may be having, I don't know why it's doing it. So, like I said, we may show that later on, because the car's taking a lot more dome pressure to make similar boost in the 60 foot and out the back. So we noticed something at an idle that didn't
Normally don't
normally
happen.
don't happen. And then, not saying it's a parts issue or anything. We're just trying to figure out why it's doing it, and nobody's got really an answer why it's doing it. But everybody else runs similar combos with the same oil and everything, so I don't know why it's me. So, but I was gonna try to make more passes. It got cold, dark, dewy, and then it was gonna be late by the time they got done. And then just loaded it up.
And back to the drawing board you go.
Yeah.
Which we still got some races coming up that you're gonna.
Yeah, I think so. I'm gonna try to race Elk Creek, and then I'm gonna try to race Elk Creek on radials with the way the bars are setting now on the older radials. I'd ordered a new set, but I want to send them back, and after Elk Creek, put it on slick, go test it. Was gonna do streetcar takeover, but it's just gonna be so hot, and that's a lot of money to spend to gamble on the track being good or bad, because they get track prep help now, so it may actually end up being really good. So those cars will probably be in bottom fours. I don't really have anything for that. Used to streetcar takeover, you could show up, track would be not ideal, and you could probably go some rounds if you had a car that just hooked on anything. And then gonna go to Wilkesboro back for their shootout they're gonna have at the end of this month, and then in July I think gonna put all the weight back in it and focus on
Dig or
backside stuff.
die.
I think they got a backside race at 710, and then the big one's dig or die. I'm really focused on dig or die. I want to do good. If you've seen the list, we got invited to that deal at 710, so I think it would be nice to go out and make a good showing at dig or die, go some rounds, possibly maybe win. I don't know. I think I have decided. So, I don't know if I should tell us or not, but
I would.
probably just gonna run True Street there.
Okay.
The small tire stuff is just really fast there, and you can almost gamble on what 8 to 10 cars are always going to be in the final 8. So in True Street, it's kind of a toss-up. You got a few heavy hitters, and I think we fit better there. It makes the cruise and everything. So like I said, I think I just fit better there, and try to see what we can do in that class. And it still pays out good. So I think I did the math. If there's 40 cars like normal, the money they're putting on top, it's like $10,000 or $12,000 to win. So that would be a substantial payday to help out with. I think based on what it did at Darlington, now that I think I know why it was spinning so bad down there, but it made one good pass the Byron that was actually really fast for that surface, and the weight and not having any testing or anything on, especially on those wore out tires. I think that number at dig or die could probably at least knock half a second off of that. And so I think with that number it would go deep in the rounds, and at that point I think just keep chipping away at it and probably go faster out there.
Right. Well, like we said just a minute ago, you kind of, I think you want to prove to yourself that you can do a few things with the car. And like we said in some other videos, you got in the fours with it. Obviously there's guys running a lot faster, and
it would go a lot deeper in that if I change the converter like it is now, and take the long travel out, drop the front end down, and just make it shoot forward like a radial car. But that's at that point you're getting too far away from what your car's set
kind
up
of
for,
what you're kind of your roots.
Yeah, I don't have the budget to go and run with, like you see some of those cars at 704 Outlaws, they're $250,000, $300,000 cars, tube chassis. I mean, their turbos cost more than my motor. So,
but like I said, you done good with it. So
the converter's working good right now. That I think on the backside I can probably put some boost to it, and it'll probably just ride through it, and it should be fine. I'm pretty excited about the 710 deal, and then I just I'm trying to focus on doing good at some certain races. That's the thing. Got to where I was racing all the time. Kind of trying, not pick and choose, but you go where you have the best chance to win.
Well, it's kind of like a light switch. You can turn it off and on right now to where you need to be.
Last year the car was always on a slick, really. So now I've just been trying the radials and just need to go back on a slick, stick to one tire, make it work. Because there's one race in September. Everybody knows which race it is. I want to go to it. I'll probably run small tire there because they're true street. Can't run M1. So I just want to be able to at least go one round out there, maybe.
So you did.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty fast out there. I need to be able to go fast on a slick for that. So I don't think I'm going to try a radial on that track, as bumpy as it is.
Yeah.
Based on what some people's told me.
Well, I think that pretty much covers it all for this one. So I know we got to, like I said, get ready for Elk Creek and focus on that for the next week or so.
Probably go testing somewhere with the bars changed. Because it took probably 30-40% anti-squat out of it. So it's still got a lot. So I'm not really happy with it. But we got some stuff to change that. But just haven't had time to put them on. Just going to race it like it is and maybe do that stuff over the winter. See what it does.
Well, y'all leave some comments, tell us what you think, and I'm going to try to do some sweet talking to him. I know he kind of mentioned it before, maybe showing a little on the laptop.
Yeah, we can probably do something. I mean, see what we can come up with at Elk Creek and kind of explain what's going on.
Yeah.
Don't really have many fancy sensors, but I got some traction control curves I've been working on.
And they've been working. It's worked. So, all right. Well, let's get ready for the next one. Hope y'all enjoyed it. We'll subscribe, like, share the video. We'll see you on the next one.